Hey friends, welcome to Post to Post. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you guys are having a great day. Thought we'd take a look at some baseball logos, get back into the baseball logos, maybe some other sports around the world as well, kind of the foundation of the original Post to Post channel. And then the second channel, which is now this channel, the main channel, was ranking logos, not just hockey logos. You know, I'm dressed in hockey here. There's hockey jerseys in the back, but ranking logos not just from hockey leagues, but from basketball leagues and baseball leagues and football. There's so many awesome leagues with so many awesome logos. So why not take a look at them? And we've been doing this for 5+ years. We did a bunch of baseball logos last year and the previous year, but it's been a while. I want to do another one here. It's the PCL, the Pacific Coast League. I think that's what it's called, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe currently there are 10 teams in the league. However, when I prepped for this video a year ago, there were different teams then than there are now. So I actually have a total of 17 logos. I kept the ones in from before to now. So I didn't want to remove them because some of them are pretty cool. So I'm just going to do a collection of 17 basically. Maybe we'll say in the last 2 years in the league. These are the teams that kind of existed in this league. Going to go through this 17-1, my least favorite to favorite. Let's get going. Number 17, I put the Iowa Cubs. And this really, if you know me, this is probably extremely predictable because regardless of affiliation with a parent team or whatever, I like for teams to have an individual personality, a brand, a persona of their own. And I mean, this is just the Cubs. So it's you slapped Iowa on there, and then it's the Cubs. So that's really what it comes down to. As a logo itself, you know, I love the colors and stuff. I love the stylization of the text, but I don't like the affiliation. I understand it. I respect it. I'm glad it's there. But I just wish it was their own personality a little bit. Next, in 16th, I put the Fresno Grizzlies, and I believe this team is no longer in the league. I could be mistaken. But for me, this is kind of a weird logo in the sense of where the slashes are. The bear looks very intimidating. It looks like he's going for the kill, but the slashes are in him. It's almost like now that I see the slashes in him, it's like he's been attacked and he's fallen down and he's the one that's injured and he's not actually going in for the pounce and for the attack. He's fallen. He's a fallen soldier. And it just changes the perspective of the logo for me. I love how it's designed and stuff. I don't like the font down below. Like, get that out of there. But I'm talking about the main character above. I would just remove those slashes from him, and that's probably it. I like the logo in general. Other than that, it's a nice stylized logo. Number 15, the New Orleans Baby Cakes. Epic name, absolutely epic name. The colors are also pretty awesome. I love the stylization of the text. That completely fits into New Orleans, a very, very old city. So I love that. I don't like that there's the text, which is the same size as the baby cake. They're fighting, right? There's two large elements fighting for attraction. What's the primary element here? I always like to see the text either smaller or bigger, just decide. Don't have them the same. Now, the baby cake or the baby or whatever that you like, it's kind of cool. It's creepy. It's actually extremely creepy, but it's cool. I like the colors. I like the anger on the face. He's got some paint under the eyes to block out the sun. He's got the baseball element in there as well. So yeah, it's silly. It's an absolutely silly logo, but it's actually pretty cool. So even though I've ranked this near the bottom, it's mainly to do with how creepy this logo is. It really does kind of creep me out. Number 14, I put the Oklahoma City Dodgers. So while there is an affiliation here and it's extremely obvious, it's at least got a little bit of more flair. They've added the base shape. They've got some baseball bats in there with some brick. They've gone a couple more steps than the Iowa one here to kind of create their own logo. So I want to give them a little bit of props and rank them up a little bit more than that. But otherwise, it's just the Dodgers. Number 13, the Tacoma Rainiers. So I think that's how you pronounce it. I believe there's a mountain called Mount Rainier close to Tacoma, or maybe not close, but relatively close, we'll say. Now look, it's a fine logo. It is fine. However, it looks so much like the Pats logo from the WHL. It's incredible. The same kind of italicized stylistic font, kind of scripty, but thick letters here. The colors are almost identical, like the specific shades and everything. So, anyone who's a baseball fan who doesn't watch hockey has no idea what I'm talking about. It's the Pats from the WHL. Go look it up if you want. Maybe I'll throw the logo up on the screen, actually, for a comparison. But it is, when I see this, I don't see Rainiers, I see Pats. We'll leave it at that. Next, we've got the Nashville Sounds. It's okay. I mean, it's a classic style baseball, typical logo, a circular with some wrapped text on the inside. The middle looks like a baseball. It's simple, right? It's nothing flashy about this one. Number 11, the Salt Lake Bees. Kind of a weird name, Salt Lake Bees. I've been to Salt Lake, and I didn't see any bees, and I didn't know if there's any bee farms or bee things happening around. So, I mean, there must be if they're called the bees. I just didn't, I was not aware of any bee lore in Salt Lake City. But the logo itself is neat. I actually really like the text, specifically the bees. It's a bit like off-kiltered. It's a bit jagged and stuff, almost looks like a honeycomb itself. Now the bee, I've seen this logo actually in two different variations, just the bee guy with the, with the bat and just the text. So I've decided to include these together. I don't know which one they primarily use, but the guy's cool. He's holding a bat. He's getting ready to, he's up at bat. He's getting ready to go. He's got anger in his eyes, and he looks like he's doing a little bit of a wiggle, so he's ready to run. Number 10, the Albuquerque Isotopes, which is an amazing name, and logo. If it's ranked 10, it's a little bit low, but it's still pretty cool. I always think about how a logo is physically created. So if this is going to go on a jersey or something, or stitched as a shoulder patch, or stitched wherever, this will be an awkward physical thing to put on a t-shirt, or maybe not a t-shirt because you can screen print and whatever, but an actual jersey. Like if this was a patch, this would be very difficult, I think, to have as a patch. So I'd like to see maybe some kind of backing or something where this can just sit on top of. But either way, it's a really cool logo. I like the baseball orbiting. You've got the letter in there for Albuquerque. It's pretty cool. Number 9, the Omaha Storm Chasers. If you guys know anything about me, you guys know that I love space, aviation, and weather. Tornadoes, hurricanes, storms, lightning, all that good stuff. I really, really like to do storm photography. Unfortunately, I have not done any of that in the last couple of years, but I have done some in the past. It's on my Instagram if you want to come follow me. It's NEILTAYLORR, so there's 2 R's at the end, and there's a link down below in the description, I think. Anyways, this logo, I like the colors. That specific, I don't even know what to call that. It's a little bit like clay, a little bit baby poop. I don't know what the name of that color is, but it does, I think, complement nicely with that deep blue. I like the font, how it has the cutouts of the sea. Like, look at the sea for chasers. There's a lightning bolt in there, and then same thing. There's a lightning bolt. The S is a bit of a stylization as well. So the play on persona with the text is great. I will say that the Omaha, the OMAHA space out like that, not a fan of that. It looks silly. I would bring that together and have that in the middle. But otherwise, it's a pretty cool logo. Number 8, the Round Rock Express. I've seen this logo actually 2 different ways, kind of like the Bees one, where that graphic that you see in the middle, which kind of looks like the front of a train, just that as a logo by itself looks great. But I think it also looks great here. Again, another kind of classic baseball logo, a logo that's circular in the shape of a baseball with some text in the middle that's been arced a little bit. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool logo, great colors. Number 7, the Reno Aces, and I think this also may be a team that's not in the league anymore, but this to me just completely screams baseball. It's got a baseball element in the background, which is a baseball, which is great. Stylized text, which you see a lot of in baseball. Great colors. It's got everything, okay? It doesn't probably need to say baseball club at the bottom, just remove that, but the logo itself above, I think, is perfect. Number 6, the San Antonio Missions. I love the baseball element in here as well. Just, there's a pitch coming in. It's going fast. You can see the trail. I love that the M in Missions almost looks like a church or a building or something from, like, I live in Canada, right? There's no architecture like that here. But when I think of Texas and Mexico and, places around there, I envision architecture like that. So I'd like to see that represented in that logo. I think that's actually really cool. It's almost like a weathered building kind of feel. The rest of the letters kind of have that feel as well. It's all on this like kind of blue backing shape, which is great. San Antonio is very easy to read on the blue since it's in red. You got a star up there, which represents Texas, I believe. And then the year, 1888. That's also kind of cool to see down below. So I think just this is a very well laid out logo. Number 5, the Memphis Redbirds. I adore this logo. It's got this like neon feel to it. The cheeky little grin up there, not really a big fan of that, of the actual bird. I'd probably make it to be more mean, more aggressive, but I like everything else. Like everything else is pretty perfect. You've got the baseball elements down below. You've got great colors, and you've got awesome font. Love the neon aspect. That's a shout out to Memphis itself, a wonderful city. So I'm told. Never been there. Number 4, the Sacramento River Cats. Interesting name, but I really adore this logo. You've got baseball elements with the baseball, and then you've got a creature, your character, your persona. He's coming for it. Like, he's angry. You can see the claws. Look at his teeth, the eyes, the emotion. He's got his nose perked up. He's got, like, he is pissed. And I like to see that in logos because that shows me that this team wants to win. Whether the players want to win or not, maybe they're feeling a little bit lazy, at least the logo is ready to go. That's the primary element here. The text is the secondary element. And I think they're very similar in size, but because of the character, the persona on the face, the aggression, that visually gets your attention first. So while they're similar sized, my eye always goes to the creature before the text, and the text itself is really cool as well. So I'm a big fan of this one. Number 3, the El Paso Chihuahuas. I just had to put this in my top 3 because I think it's the most ridiculous name for a team, and no one is afraid of Chihuahuas. If you're afraid of Chihuahuas, I don't know what to tell you. Chihuahuas just are not intimidating to me, but that's what makes this logo awesome. They've got the big collar on there with the spikes. Hey, look how pissed he is. He's got red in his eyes, aggression in the mouth. It's the opposite of what I think of a Chihuahua is, and I think that's why I like it so much. The colors are also pretty cool, and I like how the colorization is done on the font, kind of split up a little bit. Number 2, the Las Vegas Aviators. Like I said earlier, space, aviation, and weather, sign me up. This is a very biased ranking, and I just remove the text from the top. Get that out of there, okay? Just have the pilot head with the goggles, with the gradient in there of the nice, beautiful Nevada sunset or sunrise. Simple. Very, very simple logo. I love the colors. Looks great. Everything looks great. Number 1, which I think is a new team to the league, it's the Sugarland Space Cowboys. It feels like the name of a fake team from like a movie or something. Like it doesn't make any sense. There's a place called Sugarland? Are you serious? Apparently there's a place called Sugarland, and I've never been, but I gotta go now. And space, so like I said earlier, space, aviation, weather. You got space here, and it's got a space cowboy with a beautiful logo, an astronaut helmet with a cowboy hat on, bit of a handkerchief down below. Colors are brilliant. I love the 2 shades of blue in there, complemented nicely with a bit of a peach color. Very baseball, round logo, arched text. It's great. I love it. I think it's by far actually the best logo in the league, and I have full confidence in my ranking here. But that doesn't mean that I'm right. It just means that you get an opportunity down below in the comment section to let me know your favorite, your least favorite. If you want to do all 17 that I listed, I would love to see that. I read all the comments. Guys, thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. I'll be doing more videos just like this throughout the summer. So if you're new, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. It's free. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Catch you guys tomorrow. Adios.